Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching me from. This is Monique's chat room. Please like this video, click the notification button so that you will be the first to get the notification as soon as I drop a video. But like this video so that we can grow together. Okay, you spoke about the different stages, the emotional stages that you go through when um, you go through a divorce. During a divorce, after a divorce, you go through these stages. So you can go to the previous video to watch that video. So today I'm gonna be talking about what's next. After you go through a divorce or someone goes through a divorce, what's next? So what's next, like I mentioned in my previous video, is not to go and have another relationship or start looking for the next man that you're going to be with. No. The next thing is, to go back into yourself, to actually find yourself, know your worth. And to do that, you are going to stay away from relationship and just kind of find yourself, whatever part of you that has been lost in that marriage, trying to fix things, because divorce, it doesn't just happen overnight. You have already checked out years or months or years before the actual divorce happened. The man had already started having an affair, and if the man is the perpetrator, that you have tried to patch things up, lost yourself, you in different ways, emotionally, investing even more, your more of your emotional self, trying to fix things, and tolerating a lot of things that you wouldn't tolerate normally, and just accepting all sorts of things that kind of sometimes degrading for you, or that you're just bending backwards to try and get things, hold on to what's already broken and lost. So basically, once you come out of such a situationship, you just find yourself, look, find who you are again. And you do that by just staying on your own, not being sexually active, not looking for any relationship, and nothing like that. Just let your mind go, think about everything that has happened. Let yourself find your mind, find who you are. Go into prayers if you believe God, but I hope you do, because that's the best way to deal with this kind of things. Go into prayer. So you can go for counseling if you can afford it, but just go into prayers and just find yourself again, and then focus on looking after yourself. And where children are involved, you care for your children as well. Like I mentioned before, you don't really have a lot of time to sit in depression when you have bills to pay, you have children to look after, but always also focus on your own mental health, on your own emotional health. Cater for yourself. If you've been dressing shabby for whatever reason before, or you kind of forgot to look after yourself, you have to find yourself again, both emotionally, mentally, body wise. Look after yourself. Replenish your body, replenish your spirit, in terms of it going through. That's all part of the healing journey. Okay. And then shut your ears about what people are saying about you. Those who are mocking, let them mock. It's their problem, not yours. Your own assignment is to focus on what matters, which is if you have bills that you used to pay together, you know, sort yourself out and rearrange yourself, replan yourself so that you no longer need to lean on him because you know everything has broken down, divorce has happened. You are now looking to become whole by yourself again. When you were married, you know, both of you have melted and merged together and become one. But now divorce has happened, that oneness has been broken, you know. So you don't try to lean on him or lean on her. So get yourself together. I'm talking particularly to women because I know men have emotions and it runs deep, but women are both emotional as well as being fragile, you know, very fragile. So that's why I'm talking to women more on in this video. So, you know, just find, even if you have to make a list, because a lot of things will be going through your mind. Your mind will be racing, even if you don't want to think, you'll be thinking, you know. So all those things that are coming to your mind, is it or the responsibilities you now have to face that you didn't used to face before, or responsibilities that you uh you are kind of partially facing, or whatever it is. Just make a list of them if you have to, and then work out what's your finances. I think you know, if you know divorce is going to happen, it's imminent, just you know, start thinking of what's your income, what's your income, what will, you know, what will be your the bills that you have to pay, and just start planning yourself. But if you find yourself in a situation where you didn't plan anything, you just didn't think it's going to happen, you just, that's after the divorce, you just have to sit down and start planning. You plan your finances. If you have debt or you have credit cards, if you have a mortgage or you're renting, whatever your financial situation is, you now have to face it and work out what's due when and how you're going to make the payment. If you are not earning enough, then you're going to have to start looking for another job depending on what your qualification is. If you don't have much skills, like you're not a professional, then maybe you have to start looking at maybe getting two jobs, you know, maybe one part-time job and then your main job, just so that you can carry your financial responsibilities. And if there are things you need to cut down on or cut off completely, then you have to phone whatever company that is involved and do so. You know, say you have Sky or cable or whatever extra you're watching as luxury, and you know you don't have the finance to carry those bills, you're gonna have to start cutting things off. You kind of downsize if you have to, you know, and and manage yourself that way, because you don't also want to uh, overwork yourself to the point that you fall apart and just um, start becoming ill because you're overworking yourself too much, you know. Um, then friends, you need to make your own network. If you are someone like me, um, all his friends, his friends became family friends, and that's really all I had. I think I only had two friends. Yeah, I had a couple of friends, but it's really two that I was close to. The rest of them were his friends and their wives, and they now become family friends, and that's it. So when mine happened, I needed to kind of make my own friends. So, you know, you see what kind of And that is the time you're going to see what kind of friends you have as well. If you have the kind of friends that now desert you because you are now divorced and they are still married, and they desert you as if divorce is some sort of infection, you know. Like I heard a woman some years back talk about divorce as a disease. Meanwhile, she
Ọ
was
dịkwa egwu.
divorced in the past and she happened to remarry. And then she came out in public and said, "Oh, no one wants a disease called divorce." Like that, I don't
Are
even know
you
what to say
joking?
to that kind of person, you know. So yeah, so if you have such friends who now see you as, "Oh my god, she's gonna snatch my husband, now she doesn't have a husband, or I want nothing to do with her, she's divorced," and you know, I don't want that kind of bad luck. Just, you will see, you will know by their behavior towards you, by the way they begin to avoid you, by the way they just make excuses not to come near you, you know. So you will just have to press yourself, and when you notice all those things, you remove yourself from those kind of people. You want people within your circle who will support you, who will boost your morale, not someone who's gonna bring you down or make you feel as if you're suffering from leprosy or something, you know. So just remain focused. And then your children, keep an eye on your children, where if you have a child or children in that marriage, yeah, you have to really keep an eye on your children and just make sure they are happy, make sure they are provided for, make sure that if you know they are free to talk to you about how they are feeling, and you don't talk down on their father because you're angry with him or whatever. Just speak the truth about the whole situation. Don't be hiding things from them, because tomorrow someone can tell a lie to them, but and because you never told them anything, they can become confused and you have problem in your family. So just speak the truth. Don't go the extra mile to tarnish the image of the man. No, whatever they need to see or whatever about that man that is not so good, they will, if they haven't already seen it, they will eventually see it by themselves as they grow up, as people um, display their behavior knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, so you don't need to start, you know, taking it upon yourself to destroy the image of the other person. You don't need to do that. If someone is tricky, is have a twisted way, is wicked, is a liar, all those things have their own way of showing. The children already know, or they will eventually find out depending on how old they are. The children that you're calling children, a lot of the times they hear things. You think they're sleeping, but they're not. They are awake in the room, they hear things. They already know who is who, you know. So don't try to tarnish your ex husband's image in the presence of the children, just because maybe you want is a way of revenge or whatever. No, the best way of revenge is to take good care of yourself, sort out your finances. If you're in debt, you just begin to pay it. One day it will clear. You check what your credit rating is, you know, subscribe to companies like Experian, for example, that look after, you know, they let you see what your credit rating is, show you your credit file. You know, you subscribe to such companies, and keep an eye on your credit so that you know if it's zero, or if it's 10, if it's 800, whatever it is. Just work on it. If it's so bad, you work on it, clear it, clear everything. I mean, whatever, however bad it is, after 6 years it will clear. So try and make the payment, and all the bad records will drop off from your record after 6 years. Like whichever, once the bill is up to 6 years, it will drop off your record. But pay the money, make arrangement, pay it off over time, and just move on with your life, and make sure your children are mentally, emotionally healthy. Okay, so there are a host of other things that you need to do after divorce, but I'm going to stop this video here for now, and I will come back again in a few days to tell you more. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and please comment. That will give me the courage to keep dropping this useful information to you guys. Okay, bye for now.
Real life, real talk at your pace. Monix True, your safe space. Real life, real talk at your pace. Monix True, your safe space. Real life, real talk at your pace.